All right. So here's the thing. I believe if this third thing I would tell my daughter, if it's taking too long, something's wrong. Well, I'm going to be honest about this. Most men are way more comfortable sharing the authenticity of who they actually are with another man because they believe he can actually get it. Men are more reserved when it comes to sharing. So if a man's feeling like it's something about him, he's just like, man, I love her. I don't want to lose her, but I'm still wilding right now. That makes it, I know I want to marry her eventually, but I'm not ready to come off the field right now. Right? So 9 out of 10 men are not going to articulate that to a woman because 9 out of 10 women are not going to accept that. He's going to be judged for that. And I'm not saying the judgment isn't warranted, but nobody's going to be honest where they feel judged. And I'm going to tell you, 9 out of 10 women are dating or married to a man they don't fully know. Their best friend know him better than she do. Anyway, let's see, Jeff, it's too real. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Talk to me about the situation. Shoot.
All right. So here's the thing. I believe if this third thing I would tell my daughter, if it's taking too long, something's wrong. If it's taking too long for him to define the relationship, or if it's taking too long for him to, now you get to determine what too long is for you. But if it's taking too long for him to take the relationship from like courtship to covenant, like, all right, so we're in our 40s, we've been dating 5 years, what's happening here? So I'm not saying what too long is, but I would tell my daughter if he's taking too long, something's wrong. It means either something is wrong with him that he doesn't feel comfortable articulating, or he feels like there's something wrong in the relationship that makes him uncomfortable fully committing. And so in situations like that, what he's going to arrange is a situationship. And all that is a strategy to keep you in the rotation while he discerns what place on the bus he actually wants you to sit in. Now, he's never going to articulate that. What he's going to do is he's going to use the circumstances in his life as an excuse to justify his unwillingness to make a decision. You know, I'm building my company right now. And I got a lot going on. I'm traveling a lot. It's just a lot of pressure on me right now. I just can't do this. Or I just came out of a relationship. It was a long-term relationship. I'm just trying to heal, and I'm trying to get myself together. There's going to be some external circumstance that he's going to articulate for the most part to justify why he's not making the decision to commit. When the truth of the matter is, if he felt strongly about you, his desire to take you off the market would override whatever external circumstances he's dealing with. Because when you really love somebody, you have what I call a healthy jealousy. I don't think all jealousy is wrong. God's a jealous God. But his jealousy is protective, not possessive. It's a jealousy that's endearing because he wants exclusivity where there's supposed to be exclusivity. And so even if everything that man said was true, I'm building my company, I just came out of a relationship, if he clear that this is what I want, then that desire for exclusivity is going to override whatever those external circumstances are.
Have you ever seen this happen? Or what if this happens during the engagement stage? Like you going on 4 years engaged.
Oh, it definitely happens during the engagement stage. Because sometimes, see, here it is. I can't believe I'm sharing this, but this is what I would share with I said I'm going to be transparent here, and I'm going to share, I'm talking as a father who will be talking to his daughter. Sometimes the engagement is simply a step to buy him more time. So he got the ring, and it doesn't mean he has no intention of marrying her. But it still can mean he's still trying to figure out if he wants to. So a date can be set, a venue can be booked, but that does not mean that in his heart, he's fully committed. Sometimes those long engagements, not all the time, but sometimes those long engagements just buy people more time.
Do you think every time that he's in that type of position that she's not the one, or do you see it like overturn, or
Yeah, so that's a great question. I don't feel like just because a man is determining, well, let me be very clear. I don't think there's anything, I think there's something wrong if a man's dishonest. I don't think there's anything wrong with being unsure. And I actually understand why, depending on the person he in relationship with and how judged he has felt when he has been honest, I understand why he may have some trepidation and some apprehension articulating, I'm still discerning. I think from my perspective though, I would tell my daughter, I don't know how comfortable you should be being in a long-term relationship with someone who's not willing to articulate real issues to you. Because if he can't articulate real issues to you now, life's going to throw so much stuff at y'all down the road that's going to be way more complicated than what you're dealing with now. And so if he can't articulate what the issue is now, there's no reason for you to trust that he's going to articulate what the issue is later. And if someone is unwilling to talk about it, y'all unable to fix it. So I think with all that being said, to answer the question, I would tell my daughter, I don't think there's anything wrong with him being unsure. And there are times in relationships where people don't always feel the same way about each other in the same season. And I know we like to think that everybody always feel the same way about each other. There are some marriages that started off as like friendships or situationships, and it just like evolved into something else. And so I don't think it's wrong if he's figuring it out. I think I would just tell my daughter, you need to decide how long you're willing to wait while he does that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with you waiting if you feel like you love him so much, even though I believe love is not enough. But I'm gonna keep saying that, bro. I'm gonna keep saying that because listen, y'all know how many weddings I performed as a pastor? People don't get up and say I do and not love each other. I'm sure there are some, but for the most part, they really mean the vows when they make them. But that love that brought them together wasn't enough to keep them together, because love is not character and emotional health and spiritual health and financial health and parenting philosophies. All of these things impact a relationship. So I would tell my daughter, long story short, I would say, hey, you need to decide how long you're actually willing to wait. And if waiting this long is a violation, at what point does waiting this long become a violation of your core values? If you're going to wait, I would say, baby, if you're going to wait, you need to wait because you think that highly of him. Don't wait because you think real low of you. That's what I would tell her.
Like, have you ever seen it where a woman might be unsure 100% to the point where they don't want to get married, but she really sees something in this guy? How would you guide her in that type of situation?
In that situation, I would tell her what I would tell my sons, literally, which is what I tell them. Be honest. You reap what you sow. And so I would tell her to articulate that, because I believe if you don't fill in the blanks, the devil is. So just fill in the blanks for him. And if that is where you actually are and he can't accept that, he's not wrong. But I would rather tension be created in the relationship, because you articulated something that he didn't like than for you to force yourself into something you're not sure about. Sometimes you got to choose your heart. And I would definitely advocate, and I would tell her to be honest. So, it's taking too long. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. He feels like something's wrong with the relationship, or there's something wrong with him. Commitment issues, challenges, vices, habits that he's not willing to articulate or to address. Taking too long, something's wrong.